Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders from across the globe. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much. Welcome to my 2029th edition of these educational videos. The education in these videos is the art of technical analysis, and I'm very good at that art, and I'm here to share it with you. All right, traders, so I've got a couple of topics on the board, very interesting ones if you ask me. But you must know this. If you don't know this already, please understand that this is a very risky industry. Trading futures, trading stocks, trading options, trading ETFs, trading just about anything that involves your money is really risky. So please know what you're doing. Come learn from me. If you don't, you deserve to be good at this and be able to make money in your trading accounts, and I can help you to be really good at analysis, which should point you in the proper direction of where the market will go next. If you get that right, maybe you make some money. I don't know. We'll see. Stops always go in. No promise that you'll ever make money, but these techniques are fantastic, as you've seen in many of my videos. So listen. This video coming at you on a Thursday night for trading Friday, November 22nd, 2019. Traders, I'm about to tell you we've got a red Omni on the board for E-mini, S&P, NASDAQ, and gold. But I'd also like to ask you to subscribe to these videos so that you are notified every time I put out a new one. I try to get them out nightly, just about every night. Sometimes I'll skip a night if I think the video I had just done on a Tuesday applies to Wednesday's trading, and Thursday I'll put one out on Thursday night. So maybe I'll skip a day in between, but as soon as the market changes gears, I put another one of these videos out for you. Please make sure you subscribe, like them, share them around the internet, and let's get moving. Red Omni, as I mentioned, in gold, as well as E-mini, S&P, and NASDAQ. And it's interesting if you ask me. Indices are in a small pullback. You can see that happening. Why not another day? We'll see what happens. I will tell you this. Be fast with your profits. It rallies up. You get short. It pulls down. You get out and sidestep. We don't get a lot of 3-4 day red segments, red bars in a row on the E-mini S&P chart. We've got 3 right now. We don't get a lot of them stacked together. So point is, get out quickly in case tomorrow turns out to end up being a green bar by the end of the day. But we will look to sell rallies in E-mini S&P for trading on Friday. Gold, if you ask me, in my opinion, is in a very nice looking bear flag. And I think gold will probably be a sell of rallies as well for trading on Fridays. And not probably, gold is a sell of rallies for trading on Friday. Amazon. So I showed you an Amazon chart a couple of weeks ago and told you it had lower targets, lower Omni targets. Amazon is still offering those lower Omni targets, and what I find interesting about that is the market itself. The stock market's been going up for quite some time, and Amazon has not. Now, I'm not saying that that means anything more than this. People are starting to go to stores again. Target's doing well. There's a lot of smaller outfits that are starting to give Amazon a little competition. Amazon decided to do their own deliveries, so that cost them a little. So that's Amazon having its thing. I don't think that wrecks the market by any means. Don't misread me. Just letting you know that Amazon, as a company, has some lower targets according to my Omni analysis. Traders, I don't want to waste much time. We've got a lot of stuff going on. I heard alerts going off in my office right before I came to do this video, so I want to see what's going on down there. With no further ado, let's go look at some charts. Traders, the Dow Jones Transportation Average, and you know, for the last 10 days I've been reminding you that this many times is the market's leader. Well, it sure has been starting to go down a little bit, huh? And now it broke this really nice support line, and it is down to here. So, you know, looks like you might get a little bit more downside out of that. That's considered our leader. Then you look at the E-mini S&P, and boom, boom, 3 red bars, 2 of them below the channel. I will point out you don't get a lot of 3 red bars together on this chart, so don't get too happy about the downside, but we are going to get short and look for some downside, get ourselves out and sidestep it. But for now, Omni signal is red. You're outside of a channel. You got a technical reason. I say we sell the rallies in that market. And then surprisingly, you would think, all right, Oscar, if you think the S&P is going down, wouldn't gold go up? Well, I don't know. Does that always happen? Not a chance. Right now, I see a bear flag clearly on that gold chart in a channel that may be bullish in the end, but right now is a bearish channel because it's leaning this way, as you can see. You did bounce off the channel. I showed this to you when we got there, and I said, look, like here, you had a nice bounce. We expect a nice bounce here. We played gold a few times, and it didn't cost us any money, and we made a few bucks, so that was good. But we are inside of a bear flag. So bear flags tend to end up making a market go lower in the end. And I think we have to be careful because my Omni is dead red right now, inside of a bear flag, so I will not take a buy. Luckily, I've got a sell signal for Friday in a bear flag, so I'm willing to take that. Looks like gold may end up wanting to go down, even if the S&P goes down as well. And then I mentioned Amazon to you. Now, Amazon, probably some of this could be the effects of what's going on with the China trade deal, which, by the way, as I mentioned in last night's video, or maybe the night before, it was 2 nights ago, that the Senate came up with a bill to back the people in Hong Kong that are basically protesting for democracy. And that would probably not work out well for the trade deal Trump is doing or trying to get accomplished, which will put weight on the markets. Well, that did happen over the last couple of days, and I'll bet you this has a little bit to do with it, but it probably seen it way before these announcements that we heard. Anyway, Amazon. I showed you this a while back. I said this is my version of a Head and Shoulders, and if right, we've got some lower targets. And then I mentioned that this was some kind of a bear flag right here inside of the right shoulder, and that should produce lower levels. We did come down out of that. Since then, we've jagged around a little, but now Omni's got levels like at 1628 to 1598 on a pullback here. So I think over time, being that when I brought this to your attention, we were in the 1850s, kids. I showed this to you. We're in the 1730s now. We're talking $120 on the stock price. It has dropped that much since I brought this to your attention. I think we settled at around 1734, somewhere right around there today. So it has dropped a bit, and I think these Omni targets are on target. Now, this isn't for trading tomorrow. This isn't for day trading. These targets are, when it gets there, it'll get there, but those are the targets that we're looking for in Amazon over the intermediate, near to intermediate term. All right, traders, thank you for tuning in. I will see you at livewithoscar.com. Traders, you've seen the charts, and you've got my reasoning behind what I just showed you in the indices, in gold in the bear flag, and on the Amazon chart. Eventually, we should see those levels. Now, Christmas time is coming. It doesn't mean Amazon won't explode, and I'll be wrong, but when I brought Amazon to your attention, it was 1850-ish, and now it's 1734 and still heading towards my target, so maybe Omni's not so crazy after all. All right, anyway, traders, what I mentioned about Hong Kong in the other video, I will mention to you again right now. Bravo, I'm glad the Senate put together a bill. I hope Trump signs it. We should be behind them. You should be behind them. Every country in the world that is not communist should be behind them, because why not? They're not fighting for anything more than wanting to live just like we do here, which was promised to them by the Chinese, communist Chinese, when they took over Hong Kong. I'm not trying to get political here. Again, let me just be clear about this. I don't think we should go over to Hong Kong and do anything with military or with anything of that nature. I think we should just stand behind their cause and let them know that, yes, we believe in what you're doing and we're cheering for you here. You know what I mean? So I think all of us should do that. They deserve that much, and China will do whatever they'll do. Anyway, back to markets. I think that did put a little weight on the markets. I think we're seeing that bit of a pullback now, but let me remind you of this. Tariff after tariff, no deal, yes deal, maybe deal, who knows whether China's going to speak to us or not. Is Trump mad at them? Through all of this, the markets have had small pullbacks when we heard news about communist China and then rallied up into new highs. We just heard some news, which you know, being that we're going to back the Hong Kong protesters, China's going to say to Trump, I don't really like that, let's do something about it in our deal. So that might throw the deal sideways, which puts a little bit more weight on the markets, short term. I think as soon as it dips a little bit more, we got the Santa rally coming in December, and no matter what The news is about communist China. Our markets will recover and move higher. We're day trading. Red arrow for day trading in the E-mini S&P tomorrow and maybe gold. That doesn't mean it's going to stay there all month, you know what I mean? We don't get a lot of down days. Kids, don't fall in love with the downside. Let's just see what kind of a pullback this China news gives us, communist China news gives us, and we'll go from there. All right, traders, join me in my live trading room. No credit cards required. Simply create a username, create a password, and come join me in my live trading room. I'll see you there, livewithoscar.com. Traders, keep your emotions out of this game. That's not an easy thing to do. I recognize that, but I'll tell you right now, 38 years doing this, a lot of it in the trading pits. If you let your emotions get the better of you, your account will just go like this until you add more money, which is writing a check, and then it'll go like that, and then it'll go like this, and you don't need a life like that. Keep your emotions out of this game. Make sound decisions. Plan a trade. Trade that plan. Come see me if you don't know how. And then say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening. And you know what that is. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Remember that, traders? Keep your emotions out, and I will see you all at livewithoscar.com. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee that you will profit from the information provided.